Kristen Stewart is one of the most introverted celebrities in Hollywood. She can be shy, but she's also highly introspective, and she never tries to hide her awkwardness. Despite her well-known social anxiety, she has built an incredible career doing what she loves and following her heart and instincts, which I find very inspirational. So in this video, I will break down for you 3 key elements that are responsible for Kristen Stewart's unfiltered charm that will give you the evidence that you can be an introvert, you can have social anxiety, and yet you can embrace who you are and let your inner confidence shine through. So these are not mutually exclusive concepts. Let's dive in and see why. First of all, Kristen Stewart is truly genuine. She is being herself unapologetically. You can see that she's not trying to people please, she's not trying to hide her anxiety or the way that she feels. What you get is what she really feels and who she really is in that moment.
Were you always the cool kid in school?
Oh man, no, I was so inside out. Are you kidding? Yeah,
Oh, really?
It's taken years to get to this conversational point.
Yeah. Just like in and shy?
Yeah, totally shy. And also,
And you can see that she's not trying to hide her perceived flaws either. Kristen admits straight away that she was a shy kid, very inside out and not very popular. You may say that it's easy to admit when it's something about the past and that it's not relevant anymore. However, watch the next clip.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm actually really boring. It's so funny. I was like, what am I going to talk about on Letterman? I have no idea. I spend a lot of...
Did you tell somebody that?
I told myself over and over.
Here she's being super honest about how she's feeling in the present moment. And lots of people would not have dared expressing their own self-doubts in this way. Kristen is shining a light upon the part of herself that does not always know what to say, and the part that is afraid that she is going to be boring, that she's not interesting. And it's a part of us that we often repress and bury deep within because we're afraid people are going to see it and judge us for it and not like us. But on the contrary, she's showing a high level of transparency and honesty, which I find really brave, and it is a very charming quality. Her energy is not off, despite the social anxiety that could make her repressed and shut down or closed off. It is not off because she is being herself, embracing her own doubts, embracing her anxiety, and that's a very brave thing to do. If she's feeling highly introverted, she's going to show up highly introverted. If she's not feeling social, she's going to show up not looking social. But she doesn't seem to care about it because she's just embracing who she is. And if she's feeling chatty and in a socializing mood, then that's how she will show up.
We need champagne and caviar, and we're going to go all out. We're going to have the best day ever. And then I was like, drinking lots of champagne and being like, I can't eat any more caviar. We had a little bit left. I made a pasta.
Do you make the
Either
pasta
because
yourself?
that's the mood that she's in, or because she's feeling very comfortable with the person she's talking to.
You look sensational, may I say?
You look sensational, man, let me tell you. And I thought you were a huge Twilight fan, by the way. I don't know what you're talking about.
I am. I'm a twi-hard.
I thought I brought you a Bella doll. It's back in the...
Do you get...
Secondly, Kristen Stewart is highly introspective. She is exploring her personal perspective. You can see that when she speaks, she's really reliving what she's talking about.
The ones that are really exciting are ones that perplex me. And I'm like, oh man, I'm terrified of this. I don't even know why I'm drawn to it. This movie is weird. It's a movie that totally questions it just calls into question.
You can see it in her eyes, in her movement, in the way that she speaks. And this is something that I find is really unique to her. She's not answering with a generic answer. If she speaks, it's going to be deep and it's going to be really felt.
Addicted to the first time. I'm addicted to that feeling that you've not constructed something, but that you're really, truly discovering something. And, you know, it's like something happens for me once and then everything after feels like a false imitation. So I don't like to read stuff too much beforehand because
there's something very immersive here. You can see she's really taking herself through that memory or through what she's talking about, and she's taking us there at the same time. The depth of what is felt and processed internally is not hidden. She lets it all come out.
I've never felt more visible or seen, which is like, and it speaks to not just how he's photographing things, but the way he sees things, which is why he's photographing things the way he is. Like, honestly, there were times like we did, on a couple of things, we did 3 takes.
And again, there's a real transparency and honesty there. Introverts and HSPs, highly sensitive people, that's how they tend to process the world, right? In a lot of depth and with a lot of feelings and sensations that are pretty internal. And I believe it takes a great deal of courage to express it in the external world. And we can see that it really is part of Kristen's personality. Thirdly, her confidence and anxiety cohabit. Yes, her anxiety is showing, but her confidence is showing too. They are not mutually exclusive. For an introvert with such strong social anxiety as Kristen, being in the spotlight like this can be very, very uncomfortable, even if you're a movie star, and it can be very overwhelming. So Kristen is showing her anxiety, she's not hiding it, even if it feels like it is through the roof in this clip. It's awkward, but it's genuine at the same time, and it does feel very relatable for people who have social anxiety too. Can you relate to her social anxiety in this clip? Let me know in the comments. If you fight the anxiety, it tends to get stronger. So Kristen embraces it, and you can see that she owns who she is, but her confidence still shines through. What it tells us is that you can be introverted and have social anxiety and still let your inner confidence shine through and be authentic. And what Kristen Stewart is showing us is that it is possible to follow your passions and to put yourself out there in big ways, despite being introverted, despite having social anxiety.
When you are naturally and instinctively drawn to a person, and there's something that you're both thinking about or meditating on that becomes obsessive and compulsive, you make a movie, because that's all I know.
You can do what you love. There are no blocks. Your personality type and the fears and anxieties that you may be having are not an actual block to you doing what you love and following your passions. And this message really speaks to me. Does it speak to you too? Drop a yes in the comments if it does. And if there is an introverted celebrity analysis that you'd like me to do next, drop a name in the comments and let me know. I hope this short analysis has been helpful for you and that it helps you put certain aspects of your personality in perspective. Instead of seeing them as being very limiting and holding you back, try seeing them as a strength. Try seeing them as a way for you to really embrace your authenticity and your uniqueness by embracing all that you are. What you judge is good and what you judge is not good enough. Let's try to put all of that in perspective. I will see you next week for a new introverted celebrity analysis. And if you haven't watched them yet, watch my Emma Watson and Zendaya analysis. Sending you much love. Bye.